afternoon, and I hope everyone's enjoying themselves with this glorious weather. Welcome to the Grassroots show on the Sunday. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening, or this afternoon, today, whichever you may say. But I'm hoping that each and every one of you, well, you're probably not listening to the show if you're out and about, because what could you ask for? Lovely weather, enjoyable weather, family time, just before all the kids go back to school. Hope you've all got your school uniforms. I think it's next week and the week after that most of you are returning to school. So I can imagine this weekend, if you're really enjoying yourselves, kids, there'll be a bit of depression there coming up towards next week. Unless you're one of these pupils now or children who don't mind school at all, because you've got loads going for you. As soon as you go back, there's a million things you can catch up on, and studying is probably the big one, isn't it, for all those students who are going into college next year. So good luck to each and every one of you. I hope all your planning goes according to plan, and you just get on with life and enjoy it the way it should be enjoyed, and at least there'll be no hold-ups this time. Fingers crossed anyway. Now tonight, or today, just before we go into our discussion about grassroots football, how's your team been doing in the Premier League? Well, the Liverpool-Chelsea game, obviously Manchester City are flying, aren't they? Arsenal, bottom of the league, but when I was looking at them the other week against Brentford, I just saw that was a team that is going to struggle this year, definitely. They need to do something about it now if they need to pull away from the bottom place. Looking at them, I think that was the worst Arsenal team I've seen, and they really didn't put up a fight against Manchester City either. It was a free-for-all there, who was going to score next, wasn't it? You could see that. Anyway, Liverpool-Chelsea, tough game. Everton's done well. They beat Brighton. I thought that was a slip-up for them. Well done, Rafa. At the moment, he's got you where you want to be, and I'm sure he's winning all the hearts over of all you blue boys out there, and ladies as well. I'm sure the girls were all made up with Rafa anyway, because he's one of those managers who really does perform, and I don't think I've seen him so animated on a touchline, actually. Shouting on a touchline, well, what is making him shout that much anyway? Richarlison want to take the penalty. I thought he was going to burst out crying. I don't know what it is with him, why he sulks so much, but hey ho, that's that man, isn't it, I suppose. What a fight over a penalty. It's great. I want my ball, I'm going to take it home if you don't give me the penalty. That's the way it looked like to me. But anyway, they won 2-0, and Liverpool-Chelsea, that was a tough one. Okay, you can say Chelsea parked the bus after the penalty. I don't think there was any need to. I think they're good enough to come out and play, because they proved that with 10 men. But they're all saying they wish you had 11, and it would have kept the formation going, attack. I don't know what score that would have been, probably about 2-2 anyway. That was the way that game was going. But it was one of those, we filtered out a little bit at the end of the 15 minutes to go. I don't think we had any attacking ideas really. We weren't going to break them down, you could see it. But for the defensive display, well done Chelsea. It was one of those things, probably a good point for both teams. And you know, other teams are going to come against them where they're going to turn them over. So yeah, I suppose fair results. You couldn't really go overboard on that one. How's your teams been doing? Well, let us know. mal@don'ttexttheline.com if you're happy. Add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites, and you can see I've got me brew. I've got to have a brew. People are saying, wow, it's so warm up there, how can you drink hot tea? Well, I'm not sort of running around everywhere, am I? So I'm just sitting down and relaxing, doing my show, and making sure all you listeners on SoundCloud and all you watchers, viewers on DXTL TV from the touchlines are enjoying the show and getting on with things. But I'd love all your feedback, because this evening's topic, or today's topic, is, I think we're only around the corner now from the Winter League. Summer League has one more week to go, I think it is, but I won't be there for that one. I'll be in Ibiza, summing it up. I've just got to try and relax. First holiday for how long? So many years, and it hasn't really gripped me yet, because I know what I've got to face first. It's another challenge, and it's all the checks, and I'm not looking forward to all that photographs, doing tests. I'm not one for that, you know. It probably will put me off the holiday, and let's see how it goes for Cyprus next year. But yeah, we're away a week, Paul and Tony. His holiday, he hasn't had one for a few years, so he's looking forward to it, you can believe me. And we're not going to get much rest. That's another thing I have to say as well. But anyway, it's a bit of sunshine, a bit of walking around, a bit of relaxing, and hopefully not too much food, because it is all inclusive. And I've been cutting right down, I've been training madly, because for our new challenge coming up, so I've got to just relax the foot, and away we go again. Right, football season just around the corner. Well, it hasn't stopped really, has it? Because you've all had friendlies, you're all going into probably new leagues, maybe new teams. Looking forward to it. Winter League, I know Walton and Caredale, I think they start on the 12th, so that must mean the North Liverpool JFL will be starting on the 11th. I'm not confirming that, but I have had a message that the 12th is for the Walton and Caredale, and teams and leagues all over the country face different kick-off times. Some are a couple of weeks later than the dates I've just given anyway. So let's just hope it's a brilliant season for each and every one of you. I know the committee members, I know you've all worked really hard to get the teams, the fixtures together, the referees together. That could be a problem this year, but I'm sure with the new referee courses, I'm sure we'll have some younger referees coming in, but will anyone be moving up a level? Remains to be seen. And don't forget, wherever you are, you've got to take respect with you. Now, because of the new season, new kids coming in, new kits, new balls, new nets, probably training gear I'm talking about, because in your leagues now they should be supplied. Is it grass football, is it 3G, is it 4G? Wow, it's one of those. I love my grass football, and I just hope the weather is kind and we see a lot of grass football next year. Looking forward to it. 21-22 season. Now then, managers, coaches, parents, we'd love to hear from you. How much is it costing you? How much this year to keep your team going for one season? Just one season, your team, not your club, one team per season. We'd love your breakdown. What is it costing you for your registration fees, for your county FA, league fees, kits, balls? Okay, teams do pay. Has the subs gone up? Parents, can you afford that for your team? Have they asked you for more money, the teams? Managers, have you had to do more pleading with sponsors to get more money in, because it's been a tough time for all, hasn't it? For all the sponsors, for all the teams. How much has it cost you to get a team going? We'd love to hear from you. mal@don'txtheline.com. How many teams think they may fold if they can't get enough money in? I do know, I've been running teams for I did do for many years, and I know it cost a fortune then, a small fortune, but it has gone up. More and more teams, are they coming into the leagues? Are you losing the teams? I know referees, as I say, we're just going to be a shortage. Referees, how much does it cost you? Has all your football kits gone up? Do you get them donated? Your whistles, you know, you need a lot of equipment as well, your flags, but you don't need them towards the end of the season, do you? Or if you're called up to important games. You think they'd be supplied actually from all the county FAs, and then you just hand them all back. Food for thought, just to try and save everyone money, but everyone will just start shouting at me and saying, well, the referees get paid, they can afford it. But we are managers, we are coaches, we're voluntary, we have to put 100% of work and effort in to our teams. We have to coach them for nothing, we have to train them for nothing, you have to turn up for nothing. I know where you're coming from. It is a tough game to be in, really, as a volunteer. And you know what, you can only take your hats off to you coaches and managers out there who are really putting your be all and ends all into the sport, and to give kids a chance of a game of football to play. But as we say, there's a lot more parents out there with the likes of the jobs, the cuts, the losses. Can you fund them as a team? And I know, I'm sure Lostock Hall, they sent me a message last year, they were funding teams, they have a little funding pot, which is brilliant. A lot of leagues and clubs do that as well, which is fantastic, to try and help out disadvantaged children in their teams as well, because it's unfair on the kids. And how many teams have we got, or kids out there, who the parents have not come forward, want to get their child into a football team and the kids are making excuses saying they don't like football when they really do. We've got to say to them, we've got to try and make sure that we can get these kids playing football up and running and affordable prices. So it's a big question for you, or maybe it's not. And I know you managers out there work very hard indeed, and clubs are putting the subs up because they have coaches in there who are paying or playing and paying these coaches to do one-on-one training with the kids. Brilliant if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, then it's just normal coaching with your coaches. I'm not disrespectful to them because they do a good job as well on the Tuesdays or the Wednesdays or the Thursdays, but it's when those coaches come home from work and they can fit it in. Now they're all just going back. They've had loads and loads of football. There has been tons of football, actually, kids, teams. I know that because teams have been coming to me to find them referees, and we've been doing a sterling job. We've done most of them. It's been absolutely brilliant, well done to each and every one of you, referees who have taken up the call and gone to referee these teams. It's been fantastic. What more could we ask for? Brilliant. And we just need a few more referees because I've seen a big shortage this year of them. Or it could be that the referees are just saying, I'm having a little bit of time out before the winter season starts. I do need that. I was talking to a referee yesterday who was telling me that he wants to take some time out now, take a back seat. He's done too much. He's refereed probably non-stop for nearly 3 to 4 months, and he just wants to cut his games down and live a little bit. That's what it is. But don't forget, payment, that's what you're getting. That's without that payment, can you do it? But most referees, we all know that, they use it for their holidays, buying new clothes, putting towards their university for next year, I don't know. But it has been tough for everyone, I suppose, but let's hope it balances out. And now with the shortage of food and the food prices, you can see them, it's gone scandalous, and they're going smaller packaging. Where do you survive? I don't know. But it's all about grassroots football or any other sport and activity. Are you struggling to get your child into a sporting activity because of the situation, money, affordable items, or you're just buying the cheapest that you can? Again, we'd love to hear from you. Managers, the cost, the breakdown, has it gone up or has it stayed level? Are you find it okay? And we do know there's teams out there with plenty of sponsors and they have no issues whatsoever. So again, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to know what the cost is for all your items. Give us a breakdown, give us an email, man@don'ttexttheline.com, and no doubt we can let you, well, read it out and let all our listeners and our viewers know just how much. But I should imagine there'll be a lot of teams getting in touch who are struggling, because I've noticed on social media as well that teams are crying out for players. So why is that? Why are we all looking for kids to play football? Why are we short of players in the team? Is because they're leaving to go to another team, or they're leaving just to pack in football? We'd love your thoughts on that one as well. Why are teams struggling to keep them in the team? And there's a lot of players coming and going. Every manager goes through that. But I've never seen, but then again, it's just social media. It's probably the same thing as it happened all over the years, where teams come and go, players come and go, and you have to look for other individual teams, players, to come into your team and play the game. Well, who's struggling? We'd love to know. But there's a lot of wealthy teams out there and wealthy clubs, and you don't see them pleading for anyone. You just see them plodding on and showing up and showing off all their sponsors. So good luck to you. But if you can have any room, and there's kids, vulnerable children, disadvantaged children who are screaming out for games, well, could we start another little team off just to give them a football match? And I know it's hard to say that, because when the leagues are full, you just can't squeeze them in to another league, can you? Well, county FAs, can we help out? Can we help out at all? What's your figures? Have we got any figures? I don't know. You should know just how many teams are coming into leagues, and we'd love to hear from you committee members, you fixture secretaries of the junior leagues as well. Is it going honky-dory? Because you're doing a brilliant job, don't get me wrong. I know it's a headache this time of the year, making sure that you've got everything organised, and I can't wait to see just what it's going to be like with the referees this year. As you know, I stepped down away from the county FAs. We're doing individual. We don't cross the line, and you know, it's I'll talk to the referees and leave it at that. You know, it's one of those, just to make sure, obviously on the touchlines, that supporters are behaving themselves, parents encouraging more than they are giving verbal abuse towards a referee. I'll do that side of things, and we just get on with life, don't we? It's as simple as that. So whatever league you're in, good luck to you as a referee. Whatever league you're in as a team, good luck to you as a team. But as I say, I'd love to hear from you fixtures secretaries, what is happening, the fixtures going up, or the fees going up. We had loads of rigmarole a few years ago, didn't we, when the fees were just extraordinary. They were going up, and councils were putting up their pitch prices as well. Is that the same thing? Are the councils holding back a little bit, or are they just going to boom and put the prices up? We'd love to hear from you, whatever area you're in. Is it okay? Have your team's all right? Everything's sorted, all set for the big kick-off, all set for the big season? And there hasn't been a stop in the season, really, has there? We've had summer leagues, we've had friendlies, we've had tournaments, we've had, well, from a winter league, a late winter league, going into a summer league, and then straight back into a winter league. How many kids are going to be tired throughout the season, midway through the season? I don't know, because they've non-stop football, they played non-stop football, and I know that watching them week in, week out, I've always found games this year. It's unreal, isn't it? Somewhere to go and watch games. But anyway, it's one of those things now. We just need to know from yourselves, get your figures ready, have a little look down, and it's probably going to shock you yourself if you haven't sat down and done the figures yourself. Because I remember one time a manager got in touch with me, I think we'd done a show last year on it, just compare them, and he said, I didn't realise just how much I was spending. Dear me, I thought we were okay, but it looks like we could be struggling. Thankfully, they've got through that. So when you sit down and do your figures, what you're paying out, what's your income, your expenditure, is it going to be worthwhile towards the end of the season? Are you going to have money in your pot to hopefully take the kids to another tournament at the end of the season? What's it going to be like towards the end of the season? Because these games do fly, believe me. So we've got our work cut out as well with our Respect programme, and Don't Cross the Line. We'll be mastering that throughout the leagues. We're hoping to get some volunteers out to your leagues this year, have a little chat here, catch up with secretaries we haven't seen for a while, and moving around, all around and about, just to make sure that people are supporting what we do as well, because we've been bringing together people since 2003, would you believe it or not, going into our 19th year. Yes, 19 years, way. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Grassroots football, bringing people together, making sure that everyone is singing off the same song sheet and playing the game and enjoying the game together, and keeping our referees within the game. As we just talked about earlier on, we can't afford to chase any referees away from our games anymore. Not in a million years. We just don't, and we can't afford that. So it's going to be a massive, hectic year, and I think we've got the World Cup coming at Christmas next year. Wow, what sort of kits are all the kids going to be looking for next year? It's going to be a different season. We're all looking forward to getting away, not Christmas. It's going to be booming. That's my forecast, booming. Everyone's going to be getting jobs, everyone's going to be affordable prices towards the junior football, and we're going to have a song and dance when it comes to grassroots football. We can all go out there, sing, be merry, be happy, applaud the referees, keep the teams within the leagues, make sure that you look after your fixtures secretaries who are doing a brilliant job. How are they going to be doing? Have they got more people on board, volunteers to help them out with their fixtures? Remains to be seen. Got loads of ideas for Respect and Don't Cross the Line as well as little challenges coming up there as well. Well, okay, we've come to the end of our show. We've got, I'll have 2 recorded shows next Saturday and Sunday, but we're going to have young commentators back with us on Friday, and we'll discuss, no doubt, the Premier League, Champions League, and anything that you throw towards us that you'd like us to discuss. Just send us an email, mal@don'ttextheline.com, and we'll go from there. But we've got loads of ideas that you will be interested in. Yes, you, the football family, and please keep tuned in whenever we put a show on. So I hope you've enjoyed this show. If you've got any feedback to give us about how much it's cost you, we'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, we'll be back again next Friday with young commentators. Put your feet up, relax, enjoy the weather, and we'll see you Friday evening at 7 p.m. So for myself, Matt Lane, all the team at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme and our Hearts of Gold initiative, we wish you a very good evening. Have a great day.